guys, what's up? It's Tech Savvy with Maddie, and today we are going to be going over a new tech review. Today we're going to be reviewing how to build an IoT automation, and we're going to be using the website called IFTTT. If you guys want to follow along, just open up the application that is IFTTT, and with that, let's start. So, I wanted to build an application that would help make the world a better place, and I wanted to do a few different things, but then I realized, well, how about we relate this back to my major? My major is journalism, and I have a few apps that have to do with the news, and I do get some notifications through that app, but it's just a general news app with notifications. So I was thinking, what if I could connect a specific news source to send me notifications through another specific app so I could get updated on all the latest news in the world and in the Treasure Valley or just locally where I or someone like you lives. So what I did was I connected the New York Times application through the Slack application. If you guys have never heard of Slack, it's a messaging app. You can create different channels, which is what I had to do for this test. And it's basically an instant messaging app that you can connect with anyone around the world. You can send private messages, public messages. You can have your email linked to it and your phone number linked to it so people can email you or contact you via phone number as well. Now, I didn't want to just get any kind of notification from the New York Times. That would just be like any old news app sending me notifications. So, hypothetically, I said that, okay, well, my beat as a journalism major or as a journalist is going to be education. And if you guys don't know what a beat is, that's basically what category you specify in your field. So if you're a culinary beat, then you'll be mostly writing about restaurants. You could do some food reviews, things like that. If you are a political beat, or I guess it would probably be more specific with like a town hall beat, then you're going to be writing about legislator, congressmen and congresswomen, senators and governors. So I chose an education beat. So me being an education beat, I want to get any and all New York Times articles that have to do with education. So I created this little part on the New York Times, and I made sure that it only had, like, if education was in the name, the title, or just mentioned. So this way I can get updated on education policies in Idaho, in the Treasure Valley, or around the world. And so through this, it will send me a message to my Slack channel, which I have created. This is my username, so if you guys want to search my username, you can find me on Slack. Anyway, getting back to it, it'll send me a Slack message, and then I can go directly into that New York Times article. I can read it. If I want to pursue a story on that, I totally can. If I want to use it for sources, I totally can. So it was just really awesome for my specific career. I want to get into the details and show you guys kind of like behind the scenes of my automation. So it says right here, if a new education article, then I get a post, or then it will post a message to my Slack channel. So you can see when it is connected. You can view all the activity of it. So then it says right here, new article in section. This trigger fires every time a new article is published in the section of the New York Times you specify. So I specified C, education. I can always change it if I want. I can change it to all these different types, which is really cool. I can specify it to only the US. I can specify it to sports, movies. If I am really curious about the new movies coming out, I could specify anytime a new movie review comes out that I will get a message to Slack. And then you can choose which channel. So I chose it to be my channel. You can choose it to be just a direct message, but I chose my channel so that everyone who is a part of my group or channel, they will also get notified. If I only wanted to be the person to be notified, then I would put direct messages. And then just for the sake of this little experiment, I just named it IFTTT. And then the message that I'll receive from this automation is new article from New York Times in, and then it'll tell me the section name and the title name. So, yeah, as you can see, this is one of my applets. I would say that the inspiration behind me wanting to create this specific automation is to try and help journalists just have a smooth sail toward their career and in their career. This is super beneficial. I wish that I had learned about this earlier so then I could always be updated when a very specific news break happens, then I am automatically notified about that. I think it can be extremely helpful to those who are anchoring for the news, those who are assigned specific beats. Sometimes in journalism, you're not assigned a specific beat and you're just kind of a general broadcaster or a general writer. In that case, you could definitely still utilize this automation. You just have to tweak the specifications a little bit. As far as it relating to my major, I mean, the whole purpose of this was so it could relate to my major. The past few products I have reviewed, it's been really tough for me to kind of single out how does this relate to journalism, but this one was great. I think it can also apply to a lot of other people who aren't just in journalism degrees, so like people who are in the STEM field. You could use this and get notified anytime the New York Times uploads a new article about a new technology or something like that. When building this automation, it was really frustrating at first because I did not understand what it was. For those of you who are also doing this for the first time, I highly suggest figuring out what IFTTT is before you start going in, because I just went in and was like, I can figure it out for myself. No, it was really difficult. So basically what the IFTTT website is it has hundreds of different applications that you can create or you can already utilize and have, like, if this does this, then this does this. That was a great explanation. But one of the examples they had on their website, which is what made me have my, like, aha moment, like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, was that it has Domino's as one of the application services. So when your Domino's delivery is on the way, it will send a notification to your house lights or whatever kind of system you have for your electricity running your house. And as soon as that Domino's notification gets sent, your porch lights will turn on. So I thought that was super neat. Does that make the world a better place? I mean, I don't know if I'd say that. It does help the delivery man or woman see, but I don't know if I'd say it makes the world a better place. Originally, what I really wanted to build, which I ended up having to, like, sign up for the applications, and I wasn't able to do that. And with this one, I already had a New York Times subscription and Slack, so it was perfect. But anyway, the one that I really wanted to do doesn't have to do with my major at all, but I thought it'd be really cool, is that when in your house, if your CO2 levels get too high or too low, then you will be notified via your Amazon Alexa. Because I have an Alexa, but an Alexa was not that I could see, was one of the options that you could connect on the IFTTT website. Anyway, I thought it'd be really neat that if it wouldn't be cool if this happened, but it'd be cool if the automation existed. If your CO2 levels in your house got either too high or too low, that would notify your Amazon Alexa. Amazon Alexa would then notify through her app to your phone, because Alexa has an app. And then you would be notified whether or not your CO2 levels are too high or too low. And I thought that'd be super cool because that could, help people. I really wanted to focus on something with, like, the carbon monoxide levels, because there's a lot of deaths that happen because people die in their sleep because their carbon monoxide levels are too high or whatever, and they don't know it. It's a silent killer. So I thought if I could create something that was similar to that, then that would help a lot of people. But I couldn't do it because I had to either sign up for like a subscription, or the one I wanted to connect it to was not available. Yeah, guys, like I said, the whole purpose of me doing this automation was to really help journalists, help them figure out, hey, what kind of beat do I want? I mean, it could help you figure out what you want really easily. Like, let's say I'm just exploring the education beat, so I want to be updated on every educational article there is. Turns out I don't like it. If there's too much of it, then that's okay. Alright, guys, this was a really great review. I really loved doing this. I think that this website and others that are alike can be really helpful, especially with everything that's going on right now in today's world, with, everyone being isolated. Anything that we can do to make our lives easier is always awesome. Right, guys, this was Tech Savvy with Maddie. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified every single time I upload a video, and tune in next week for the next review. Thanks, guys. See you next time.